Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. In today's episode, it's going to be kind of not the last episode of Series 5, but the last episode for a while of Series 5. So I'm kind of calling this the break episode, and I thought to bring to two great people on, Chandler and Ethan. Chandler has autism and Ethan has Crohn's. And as you know, I have both. So I thought this was a great episode to do. So guys, welcome again. If we want to, I'll start with you, Chandler, as you're just first on my screen. If you just do your introduction.
Yep, sure. Hi guys, my name is Chandler. I'm also known as Autistic YouTuber. I come from England, and of course, I have autism, and I've been diagnosed with autism since I was a little kid. Unsure what age, I can't remember. Apologies now.
Yeah, okay. Well, welcome back, Chandler.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. And Ethan, if you do your introduction.
Hello, the name's Ethan. I'm known online as Pooks, and I'm coming to you from a virtual avatar, as you can see. I suffer from Crohn's disease, was diagnosed back in 2013, and this is my second appearance, I believe, on this show, assuming the order stays the same in how I recorded it, so I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, yeah, it is, Ethan, because it's like I'll record it and then this one's afterwards. So yeah, so it's good to have you back. Because really, it was only last week we did our episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So it's not long ago. So it's good to have you back. So guys, so it with let's start with maybe go back to you, Chandler. Do you know what Crohn's disease is at all, or like have you heard of it before meeting me?
I did heard about it before because when I dated someone in the past, this person did have Crohn's disease, so I kind of understood a little bit of it, but wasn't fully aware of it until I also met you, Mason, through the podcast.
Okay, so you know of it more because you come on a podcast that talks about Crohn's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you had a girlfriend in the past that had Crohn's, and that's where you heard of it.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. So yeah, and of course, Ethan, you know what Crohn's is.
Yep.
Yeah. So within the Crohn's community, Ethan, because I know we only spoke last week, but like, do you enjoy like having a conversation like this, just speaking about it, even with people who don't understand it? Did you find that it's pretty cool?
Yeah, like I've said in the past, I don't have any issues speaking about Crohn's disease or some of the more personal side effects of Crohn's and how it affects people. So yeah, I like informing people, just telling people what it is, because a lot of people don't know specifics of it since it affects people so differently, depending on how severe your case of Crohn's is. So yeah, I like just getting info out and talking about it and just generally spreading knowledge.
Yeah, because because of course, Chandler and Ethan, you know each other from the VR world, don't you?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Chandler, did you know Ethan had Crohn's? Like, I mean, like, what is that you found out while you was playing VR? Is that how it worked out?
I didn't know that Ethan didn't have Crohn's until he posted on his like Instagram that he went into like hospital about his Crohn's disease.
Okay.
So it was quite of a shock to actually knowing about that at the time, which probably must have been like a few months back when I known, like mid 2021 or early 2021.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
So not long ago?
No.
Yeah. And like, so how did you guys first meet? Like, was it that long ago or was it last year?
Uh,
Ooh.
I'll let Ethan take this one.
Okay. When? Yeah, I have to go back and look at my records to find exactly when we first met. But we did meet in virtual reality on the application rec room. I believe Chandler, you contact me, or did I contact you? I can't remember. But at the time, I was making skit videos over on my YouTube channel, and Chandler, since they were involved with YouTube and recording and such, started working with me and making some videos, silly videos over on my YouTube channel. And from there, we became friends and such, and that's kind of how we met in the more professional stance, and then became friends from there. I believe
Oh,
that's how that went. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That does sound like, does sound correct, that does.
yeah.
I believe it was middle of 2019, maybe. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it does. No, it really does.
Yeah, so that's how we met. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, like what? Uh, After we're on that topic of meeting people, so Chandler, when did we, let's put it to you now.
Hmm.
When did we first? Well, not me. Like kind of talk. Do you? Wasn't it last year?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Uh, you've pretty much asked me if I wanted to be on your podcast, and I, I happily to said yes to it, like so.
Yeah.
And eventually, we started to talk a little bit, to say, ask how we're doing, and just helped gave you some advice on like some YouTube stuff and all that, and then somehow we just became good friends afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you help out like with the YouTube because I'm not that I'm not smart as you guys with your YouTube. I've only just started it this year really. But 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 yeah, like it was last year, and then I think I came on your podcast, didn't I? Because
Mm.
um you do a podcast as well. Like, do you still do yours now, or you give that a break?
Uh, at the moment, I'm not really doing it,
Mm.
but I'd love to get back into it at some point.
Yeah, yeah. It's good to take breaks, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you did, like Ethan has done recently. I know that was because of his Crohn's, but um, it was nice. Like we talked about that on our last episode, Ethan, didn't we? Like about how good a break is, like on
Hmm.
like from reality, like just not saying anything. You don't have an expectation to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So I haven't really had much of a break personally, like with my podcast, because like you guys, your virtual reality probably keeps you probably quite occupied, and like especially in COVID times as well. Like you just put your virtual reality headset on, I suppose, and then away you go.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that is definitely correct. A little bit.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah. So Chandler, with your headset, like I said, I asked this to Ethan, and I want to see what I'm gonna ask you the same question. Um, do you have have a time limit with your when you put the virtual reality on, or don't you care about that?
Uh, Truth be told, in the past, I could probably handle like 5 or 6 hours. I could, uh, or probably let alone even sleep for like in my VR headset, which is sounds crazy, I know. Uh, Even at one point, I even did a 12-hour stream, which was knackering, but I did it. But today, nowadays, I pretty much go on it for like an hour or two, and that's just it. I just had enough for a bit, but in a way, I guess I do limit myself now.
You do limit yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it still the same like with you, Ethan? Like you just have it on as well?
Yeah, I just kind of hop on whenever I got free time and then hop off whenever I have to do anything. Basically, most of my free time spent in virtual reality now because it's now partially most of my income doing stuff in VR. So it's not only just now free time, it's also part employment. So all my time's taken up with this box on my head.
Yeah, so like is that from the YouTube, is it, where people watch you and that?
Some of it's from YouTube, and a couple other things I'm pursuing is game design for indie games, and I do stuff for Rec Room, the application I'm in now. That also gets me some monetary reward. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose you kind of want to do it more than if you're getting paid for it. Yeah,
good incentive.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's nice. Like it's something you enjoy because you like it's almost like you're not that fussed about the money in a way. It's probably an advantage, isn't it?
hmm
Yeah, yeah. Um, but so Chandler, I asked this to Ethan last time, but I don't think I've ever asked you this. What made you get into like VR? Like, really?
No, I, I, I guess what got me into VR is that it was something different, like something unique for when they brought it into the gaming world. Like I remember in the past seeing like all the like Google VR headset, like a cardboard box headset, and then when they brought out PlayStation VR headset, I was thinking, I really want to get this. This is something pretty cool. Obviously, my mum and my stepdad just found it a bit weirdly odd that, oh, you just got reality outside. Uh, but I think once I bought it, it was definitely a life-changing experience. Like you would never forget in your life because it's something very fun indeed.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It is, and like I say it is. I know I don't play as much as you guys, but I have been on the. I do have a VR. I've been on the PlayStation as well. Um, but Ethan, have you ever slept on the VR before?
I've tried. It's not for me. I can't get comfortable with it on my face. It's too bright.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
yeah. You don't want to be sleeping in a basement, though, do you?
Believe it or not, the basement does double as my main sleeping quarters, so I do kind of sleep in a basement, but it's a
Oh.
nice looking basement.
Okay, okay. But yeah, like so. Do you do your VR? It's on PC, isn't it? Ethan.
Yeah, mine's connected to my gaming PC. Yep.
Yeah, and Chandler, you're on PlayStation.
Yes.
Um, yeah. I think the problem I find with VR is the wires. You know, like if you want to stand up, for example, um, it's hard. Like, but it's like because you're there, and then you want to move, and then you can't, and then maybe your PlayStation goes flying if you're moving.
hmm
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know with the Quest 2, that is definitely has no wires, so you can just like pretty much take that on the go, which is very, very fun indeed. Looks
yeah,
of things.
yeah.
hmm
So
Because I have to definitely seen people take it on holiday.
mm, yeah. So I know you guys play Rec Room. Um, I think that's a bit obvious. That because Ethan has his little avatar there. from Rec Room, I believe, if I'm right there, Ethan.
Yep.
So do you guys play any other games, or is it just this majority the one game?
Let Ethan go first.
So I do spend most of my time here in Rec Room because that's where I do most of my work, and my YouTube's based on Rec Room. But I do play other games from time to time. I play Beat Saber. That's been publicized a lot. There's been advertisements even for it now on mainstream television and cable stations. So I play Beat Saber and VR chat from time to time and some other games. But for the most part, I spend a decent chunk of my time playing Rec Room and programming for them, and I've helped out with their moderation, and I do a bunch of stuff for them.
That's awesome. Like you're helping even the guys out who make the game, even. Well, what about you, Chandler?
I do play Rec Room. I used to play it when I first discovered Rec Room. I used to play that like every day, because before I had that, I was playing Roblox every day. But gradually, after a while, I just started to play it a bit less and less at the moment. But I do still play because it's quite fun. So in the meantime, out those games, like for different VR games, I do play Sports Bar VR. I do sometimes play Resident Evil 7 if I can cope with it in VR. Is another thing. And if I find any cheap games on PlayStation, I tend to like buy them and give them a go. Like for example, in the past I played like Batman VR, which was a nice little gaming experience there as well. And like Planet of the Apes in VR, which was also in VR as well, which was quite fun.
Yeah, because I speaking of it, I did play Spider-Man VR. Like they had this Spider-Man one. And I was getting into it, because it was only like a trial thing. I was getting into it, and it was only about 10 minutes. But yeah, but it was like you're Spider-Man, and you look down, and then it's like you're on this building. Oh, what's happening?
I'm gonna lie, I have to admit, when I played that game, I felt kind of sick afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm kind of scared of heights. I mean, it's like with Iron Man. that was just making me feel a bit sick.
Yeah, it is cool, like VR, because I did it at a point when I think even before PlayStation VR was a thing, that I went to my local like leisure centre, and they were doing all this kind of VR stuff everywhere, and it was really, really cool. And I went into it because the good thing about it is you're in this massive room. It's not like at home, like you're in your bedroom or something, or get at the place where you do your gaming. It was really cool, and the annoying thing was it weren't working properly. Like the guys, like it was glitching and stuff. But it would be nice, like if you want to get into more games, like go have a big environment or something, or maybe just a whole room set to that VR, maybe. Yeah. But there is multiple other things like consoles for VR now, isn't there? Like I think you got the Oculus Quest now,
Yep.
as well, which I've heard is pretty good.
I have actually, like I was saying earlier, I have definitely seen people taking their Quests on the go, which are definitely a huge advantage, especially since it has no wires. Well, except for one where you have to like charge it, which I think that's a great one.
Yeah.
It's like a HTC 5 that I know of as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know which headset Pooks is on.
So I'm using the Valve Index, which is made by Steam, which is a gaming platform. If anyone plays games, they'll know that. But then I previously used the Rift S, which was made by the Facebook company before they switched over to being Meta. And before that, I was on the regular Rift, and both of them plugged in to PCs. But then there's all kinds of other headsets. There's the Vive, and the Pimax, and the Cosmos, and the Quest 1 and 2, and there's a lot of them out there now.
Nice.
Yeah. So Beat Saber, Ethan. Like, is that like I know you said like you played it. Like, how good would you rate that game?
It's a ton of fun. It's a rhythm game where you have two lightsabers in your hands and note blocks fly towards you, and you gotta slice the notes in the direction of the arrows. And it's just a ton of fun, and it's a good workout too. You work up a decent sweat if you play it for like half an hour, 45 minutes or longer. So it's a ton of fun. There's tons of great songs. You can download custom songs that other people have made. So that's just a fun game I use to relax. And if I have a couple of minutes, I'll load it up and play a couple of songs and then do whatever I had to go do.
Yeah. I've heard good things about that game. Like, I get it. I think about getting it because I don't go on the VR a lot, and the annoying thing about my PlayStation is because I'm in my gaming room, you see, and from my PlayStation I have like lights, like different kind of lights that go around in the room, so it's very nice in the dark, and I have to unplug one of the PlayStation cords at the back to get the VR one in, and that's the annoying thing about it. So if that wasn't the case, I'll probably be on the VR more. But I'm not. I'm not like if there's a really good game, I'll play it like for that. But I've only played a few games. I I was actually going to try play the Iron Man VR, but you can't do the try. You can't do the demo version on PS5. It was only on PS4. So there you go.
So sad.
Yeah, like you have a Darth Vader game as well. I think I saw, which looks pretty cool as well.
You can now say to Buzz Lightyear, Buzz, I am your father.
Yeah, like so many good games on the VR. But yeah. So I know for a fact you guys like virtual reality. Yeah. So have you watched Chandler? I think it's called Ready Player One because I think that's kind of film sent in virtual reality.
Yes, I have watched it. Just once, though.
Yeah.
It was definitely something funny, very fun indeed. And I love some of the movie references in there, especially with the shining of the lift, with all the blood splurging out Lois. That's I definitely loved that one there. That was definitely funny indeed. But it was the fact that it was like introducing like virtual reality to like a whole generation of the world. It was definitely absolutely fantastic. It was.
Yeah. Me and Ethan actually we spoke about that and like last time, didn't we, Ethan? And we said that it'd be nice in the future, like maybe virtual reality could be like that, like you're actually in the game, like you're hopping in. Not like you're wearing a headset anymore, literally like you're in the game. Yeah. But do you guys forget sometimes you got your headset on because you're that into your game sometimes?
I wouldn't say I get that into it. You can always kind of feel the headset on your head. It's kind of there, and the controllers are kind of bulky. So, at least in my opinion, I'm always like kind of aware that, yep, got a box on my head playing a video game.
I mean, for me, I I'm probably gonna hate saying this. Yes, I do forget. I don't know why, but I just totally forget sometimes. So sometimes I'll probably be on Rec Room and just thinking, what? I'll be probably sitting in a room called the Rec Center. Well, I'm probably just thinking, what should I do today? Should I just go on my VR? And then I'll just realize, oh wait, I am actually on my VR. So it's just like, okay, awkward.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, I think like now I'll ask you, Ethan. Do you know, like, I know like Chan has autism, but do you know much about autism yourself, Ethan?
I'm aware of it, and I'm aware of generalized symptoms, and I've had some friends who have had it, but I don't know too much in terms of specifics and how it affects different people, and in-depth information I'm not too versed in, but I'm aware of it and what it can do and possible symptoms and such stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is like like uh, I don't. Would you agree, Chan, that it's quite hobby based? Like quite a lot of hobbies are involve around autism. Would you say?
Mm,
Like
yeah.
like ones that you're interested in, for example, it may be like VR, for example. You really like VR, or like that one game, for example, and then you maybe after so long you may change.
In a way, yes. Because there's even like cinemas, like I don't know if it's because like for horror, of like the UK or around the world, but like if you go to like I think it's Cineworld or few cinemas, they do like autism as friendly screenings. So basically, they set the refinement for autism, those with autism. I mean, there. Sorry.
Mm.
And they're like shops as well. Like if you're like doing a bit of shopping, they make it where like I don't know, like 9 o'clock in the morning, for about an hour, they dim down the lights and make it a quieter environment for those who don't like crowds as well. Uh, so I think it's definitely a big yes. There are hobby activities for those with autism, indeed.
Yeah, yeah. It is very yeah. It's good, and like it's it's something that it's good to talk about, like Crohn's Ethan as well, because um and that autism and Crohn's are in similar boats, I guess, although they're different things. Um, but like you probably constantly have to explain yourself to someone about your Crohn's, and that is the same with autism, isn't it, Chandler? Like you have to explain it, and it gets tiring, doesn't it, explaining something that you have constantly. But if you're happy to, I guess it's no bother.
Mm, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because like oh did um like because you have like on your on your like you're called the Autistic YouTuber, aren't you, Chandler? Like was there was that like an- uh, a reason like why, or like you just chose it because I'm autistic and I'm a YouTuber? That's quite simple to add them both together.
The only reason I chose it was because before that, before I started the autistic YouTube channel up, I used to go by it as Hot Top Channel when I did YouTube in my teenage years. Just uploading random videos out of nowhere, and I uploaded like music. But then a few years ago, when I got older, I just like realized I need a snappy name. I do, and obviously, which made me realize saying, "Well, I'm autistic. I'm doing YouTube. Why don't I just name myself the Autistic YouTuber?" and then from there onwards, kind of worked out a little bit.
Yeah.
The same with the Autistic DJ account, where I want to become a DJ, so I might as well name myself the Autistic DJ too as well.
Are you want to be a DJ?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that. Like you showed me about your music. Yeah. What kind of music do you like, Ethan?
I don't really have too much of a preference, but if I had to pick like a station to listen to, any pop music or anything that's popular on the radio or things like that. And then I guess in my free time, if I'm just listening to music, electronic dance music, EDM, that type of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Do does any of you guys like listening to soundtracks from like maybe films or stuff like at all?
Kind of. Not all soundtracks, but I definitely do listen to a few. Like I listen to the Kill Bill soundtrack of Formula One, or like the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly theme song, or like Doctor Who as well.
Yeah.
I
Mhm,
or I even listen to that was there is one soundtrack CD I've got, which is old TV soundtracks from like the 60s and the 70s as well.
Yeah. Like I don't know about you guys. Like if I hear a lot watching something or something, like I get Shazam. Like it just recognizes the song or soundtrack, and I'll know what it is.
mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ethan, how about you then? What do you listen to any soundtracks?
Not so much movie or TV. I like some movie theme songs, not necessarily the whole soundtrack, but I do listen to soundtracks of Broadway musicals. I'm a fan of Broadway, so I'll listen to musical soundtracks and have them playing sometimes in the background when I'm programming or working on a project. It doesn't require me to talk to anyone else.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah. It is relaxing, isn't it? Just like I suppose like Rec Room, doesn't that have a kind of tune into it or any music?
So yeah, Rec Room does have a soundtrack. It's available now on Spotify and Apple Music. Not sponsored, uh, but they just recently did a whole bunch of updates to the soundtrack, so there is music in it. Since I'm in the game so much, and like there's really only 8 or 9 songs that just play on a loop over and over, I've kind of gotten tired of it. But back when I first started the game, it's catchy music. It's fun, upbeat, playful music.
Yeah. Yeah. So what? So is I probably asked you guys this multiple times, or I might have said it to you last time, Ethan or Chandler, before when you introduced me to what Rec Room is. I know it's free. I know about that bit. But is it similar to Minecraft at all, where you make things, and is it similar?
Uh, in a way, it's sort of like Roblox in a way, because of how the style is, in a way, because of the avatars. I said, oh, obviously, of course, you ain't got no arms or no legs slash feet, but you can build stuff where you can like earn actual money from the game itself, which is like very very well made as well from the Redfern team. Like because they also start to support like slowly starting to support video creators within Rec Room, which is a huge bonus for those creating videos as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to get it. I'll yeah, no. What? So, how does it work? Where like how does it work where you meet Ethan, when he's on his PC and you're on your PlayStation?
Uh,
So
Ethan, you go ahead.
Okay, I'll take it. So Rec Room is cross-platform, so that means it's able to be played on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Apple devices, and most Android devices. And you can play it with or without a VR headset. And all players are on the same servers, so you can play with anyone on any device. So it's basically accessible to almost anyone. If you got a cell phone, you can download it for free, boot it right up, and start playing with someone playing on a PlayStation or their VR headset. So it's versatile and it's easy to communicate and connect with people. And I use it as a platform to I hold business meetings in it because it's easy just to get everyone into a virtual space. You can have whiteboards and write down information, and it's a versatile tool not only just for gaming but for logistics as well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it isn't just VR based. You can play it not on VR too.
Mhm.
Okay. I thought it was just a VR game, but I'm wrong. Yeah. So yeah, well, like that's very interesting. Like you can hop on a PC or a PlayStation and then just play someone cross-platform. So that's quite cool. Where it gives you majority of more people to play with, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you worry about like well, it can be this could be a question to any of you. Like, like if in real life you are not a crowded person, you don't like to be in crowds. Is that the same? Does that have the same effect to you like in a game, like Rec Room, for example, with multiple people or in a meeting or stuff like that?
Uh, for me, I thought it would make a difference for dealing with crowds in a way. Because obviously, I always seen other people say, but I'm not very good with socializing with other people in real life. That's helped me out indeed. But for me, if I go to like a room full of people, I'm always going to be still in the back of the crowd, because I'm not very good with socializing with people I've never even met before. So I'm always very like tap touchy, like keeping myself to myself, just like listening to my music like most of the time, like just being idle really in a way.
Okay. That that makes sense. What about you, Ethan?
So I'm generally a social person. So when I'm in virtual reality, I tend to not mind if there's a bunch of people around. I kind of like to entertain and talk to people and meet other people and just take it as an opportunity to socialize and just kind of like I would if I was out at any other type of event, meeting, or party.
Yeah. So yeah, I've seen like the stuff you can. Well, I've seen like photos and like images that I think you guys showed me, and that is pretty cool. Like, you build whatever you want, I guess.
Hmm.
um, yeah, you got Ethan's got his basement. Um, well, we can't see his basement, but he's in his basement. um, maybe you could send a picture of your basement, so I can see what it's like, Ethan. Maybe. um,
I'll clean up a bit and take a picture.
yeah. Is it dark in your basement?
No, it's got nice recess lighting. We got the whole basement was redone about 2 years ago now, so it looks all real nice and fancy, brand new.
Okay.
I know that in the basement in VR there was quite a few pens.
Pens.
Yeah, quite a few pens everywhere on the table. I presume we are talking about the lounge in VR.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Someone's been not very good then, have they? Doing that. But yeah, like VR is good. I suppose I have to get it in some more net. If you guys keep, if you're on, I suppose I could just join you on Rec Room, couldn't I? But we could have a session on Rec Room. I don't know, like we could figure something out. Get me?
I thought that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like well, as we said, like at the start, like how long we've all known each other. Well, I've known, of course, Chandler since mid last year, I believe. I think so. And then Ethan. Well, we spoke for a bit longer than like the 2 times that you've been on here, haven't we? Like we spoke for a while before.
Yeah. We communicated, yeah, I believe on Instagram is our main form of contact. Yep.
Yeah, and we like it was after you got back from hospital. I think you sent a message saying that you're ready and stuff like that. But like I know we're like a week on from when we recorded that our last episode. But how are you doing at the moment? Is Crohn's still all okay, Ethan?
Yeah, at the moment, no issues, no symptoms, nothing going wrong. So fingers crossed that it'll continue staying like that. So
Yeah,
just keep chugging forward.
fingers crossed. Um, I I know that you don't do your in like in Rec Room, but I don't know, like if you ever wanted, you could possibly maybe if it was Crohn's Awareness Week or Crohn's Day or like IBD Day they call it, you could possibly maybe create a banner maybe in the gaming world.
Yeah.
But that is for if you ever want to do that, because knowing that you can create lounges, you can create machines, really, really creative, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And how are you doing, Chandler? Are you keeping? Are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing brilliant. Well, kind of. Yeah, I guess in a way, yeah, I am. I mean, I've been trying to still look for jobs in a way. Uh, trying to help, trying to deal with my anxiety, uh, which has been going okay as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm doing okay.
Okay. Yeah, because finding jobs, like it, there is a thing around people that have autism, isn't there, or autistic, and they struggle to get jobs, um and like people don't understand it. And I think that not it can. I suppose it can come across with Crohn's as well. If you agree, Ethan, like people say, that you can't do it because you have Crohn's. It may make you take longer or go to the toilet, and it's just a kind of I suppose they call it a stigma around invisible things. Yeah, but yeah, it's a job anyway. Even if you didn't have Crohn's, autism, it'd be hard anyway, wouldn't it? It is hard.
I just think though that when you go to a job, because I'll probably need to like make myself aware next time. It's like if you ever go to a job interview, ask the employer if they know about the disability that you have, and if they say they don't understand, then that's just where you got to make your decision if you want to actually go into that sort of job. Because when I applied for a warehousing cleaning job, the person in charge of me said he didn't understand what autism was all about. And to be honest, I don't want to be in that sort of situation where if I end up in a meltdown, he won't understand.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I came under a similar situation. I went to this meat place. It was a meat factory, and I told them I had Crohn's and autism, and it was pretty nerve-wracking because I was in like a table, like a meeting room where like people were standing all on the outside, and I was in the middle with the lady who was gonna be my kind of person in charge I go to and stuff. Not boss, because I wouldn't have worked there at that point. It was more like for work experience, you know. If you go to school, college, what you do, your work experience, and that's what I had. And I explained my Crohn's and autism, and they didn't know it. Um, they didn't know what autism was. None of them. You would think one person would, and the same with Crohn's. Um, not many people knew about that, and I thought, why should I come here if they don't know that? But I stayed because I was with someone and we were doing it kind of together, and they ended up leaving for some reason. I don't think they liked it, but I ended up getting paid. It wasn't the best funnest job. Really cold, like you put meats in freezers and stuff like that. And from that, they changed their factory. Well, not when I was there, really, because I left in 2019 before COVID because I couldn't go in like on a regular basis. It was once a weekend. They did change that they were very understanding actually, that like towards Crohn's and autism, like, and like as you know, Chandler, for autism you can find it hard to offer help. Um, and I did, and they said, "Can you try?" And yeah, I said, I can try, but I may not." And people, and on the Crohn side of things, Ethan, people would come up to me if they were ill or something, and because we know like catching a cold can be really bad for us. And I was good. I was happy that they came up to me, but on the other hand, I was thinking, "Why are you here?" I know to make money in that, but it wasn't like it was he was he was really bad, but I guess that's what people do, like that they worry more about the money at the side of their health, I suppose, in work. Um, but now I'm not there, purely because of COVID. I didn't stop going, and it's a shame because I was getting paid. But the career path I want to go down is kind of coaching, got like sports, football, soccer, as you say in America.
Yeah.
Um, um, but yeah, that's the thing I want to do. But it's a nice experience, and now they've actually made it really more accessible. So if you don't like a big space, they've made it really small. So like you can go into maybe a tiny factory, not as many people, not as overwhelming, not a lot of pressure on you. So yeah, it can be hard, like, but unless I think that's where it starts, doesn't it? If you think I'm not going to go here now because they don't know what autism is or don't know what Crohn's is, but if that was the case for everyone, no one will ever know about it. You know what I mean? So I suppose it depends how they come across as well. So Chandler, if the person you're talking about come across really abrupt or not very nice, I think I understand. Like I'll be like I'm on my way, but if they're making an effort, you know, maybe, and they don't know what it is, maybe you could help them understand.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, because it takes time, these kind of things. Like if we could just click our fingers and say everyone know about Crohn's, everyone know about autism, it'd be much easier. But what would be the in a way, would we want that? Because what would be the point of us talking here now? We wouldn't need to, would we? Because everyone would know what it is. Like a lot about Crohn's and autism and that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, guys, just to finish off, but before we leave, like we finish this up, like I'm going to take it back to you guys if you want to say any advice or Ethan, any advice about Crohn's again, or Chandler about autism again, or you just want to say a nice few words I'll just leave it up to you. So this time I'll go with Ethan because I went Chandler straight away first. So I'll go with Ethan first.
All right, so I know I gave this kind of spiel last episode that I was in with you, but yeah, just keep persevering, keep pushing forward. My advice I tell everyone with Crohn's or doesn't have Crohn's doesn't matter. It's just if things are bad now, they will get better eventually. It's gonna take time, but just keep looking forward, keep looking towards the horizon, and things will get better. Kind of just how I live my life.
Yeah,
Great advice.
I like what you say about looking forward to the horizon. I completely agree because it's what we've got to do. No point dwelling on it. As we said the last episode, we did Ethan. It's hard at first, but once the diagnosis process goes on and the years go on, we know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. Chandler, over to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. I'm going to try and give them advice if I can, or say something. And I also have a question for you too, for you both. I do.
Okay.
So, for my own advice, I guess, don't let others judge you for who you are, because you are original. Like, you are gonna come across people that's gonna like say, "Oh, you're doing this wrong. You're not living your life correctly that way." Just ignore them. Ignore the haters that you will ever come across, because they're just jealous of you trying to do something in your life, you know. And moving on to the question, do you reckon, like, do you think there should be like more creators out there, like video content creators, podcasters, etc.? Do you think there should be more creators out there, like in the world of like who has like a disability of some sort?
I'll hand it over to you, Ethan, and then I'll tap in it.
I guess in terms of content creators and disabilities and awareness and such, I feel that anything that anyone can do to make people more aware of disabilities and things that make other people's lives challenging is good. And I like the idea of content creators going forward and talking about disabilities and the things that they struggle with in life and such. So I definitely think it's a good idea, and I guess I'd encourage anyone who wants to start making content over on YouTube or podcast places, wherever they get put. Yeah, go for it. If you are passionate about something and want to help people, why not?
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Great
Yeah.
advice. Mason?
I I like when people I think it'd be great if more people like talk about different topics that aren't talked about, like you say. And I've been asked I like to get asked. I don't know about you guys, but when you get asked for something, it's quite, I suppose, exciting. Something you haven't done before. Like I've been asked on other podcast shows or on different YouTube channels, and to be part of videos and stuff like that. And sometimes I ask because I see a page and I was like, oh, it looks interesting. But yeah, but I think support, like if someone has something that they find it hard to do a YouTube channel, they find it hard to create a podcast. I've helped other people create podcasts. That's how much I know about podcasts and stuff. But like with YouTube side of things, and that's what you two more know more than me. So I get the support there. But like people who are afraid or struggle to ask for help, it can be really hard for them. So I think that, yeah, it'd be nice to have more content creators about like what like Chandler and Ethan you've already said. But I think support is important, even just to get you started.
Yeah.
Because picking a name, picking a logo, all that kind of stuff. Like us guys, we know how hard that stuff is.
So true. Yep. I'll go for B now.
Yeah, because my logo's changed half a dozen times at the podcast. I think 3 or 4. And I was like, I'm keeping it. I'm not changing it for a while. Although it's good to change it, isn't it? It's good to update. Like, although like have that kind of stuff. But do you think like the next step, like onwards, would you say, like maybe for you, Ethan, or like your channel, or even if you like want to become a DJ, Chandler, do you think merchandise is a good way forward, like as well, like having tops of your logos and stuff?
In a way, yes, because you giving something to your fans for their for as a reward for them watching your videos, because they've taken some time out to watch your content and to like enjoy it in a way.
Yeah. What about you, Ethan?
I think when it comes to merchandise and selling your logo and stuff, I think it's definitely good for some channels and some people. Personally, I'm not nearly a large enough channel on any of my social media platforms that I think it would be worth the expenditure in the beginning. But if I was ever to take off in popularity, it's definitely something I'd consider. My logo is an artist rendition of just the top of my head and my shirt, so it would be something nice to stick on the pocket of a t-shirt or something. So I've definitely thought about it, and it's definitely the right direction for some people, but not me at the moment, not yet.
Yeah, even though like our channels aren't, I suppose, like what you're saying, but I think it'd be nice even just personally just have a top of our own things. You know, I just think it's really cool, or just have it maybe on a cup, like the places you can go just to have it there, and like I say, even just to raise awareness for your show, even, and that could possibly get more of a big audience if you want. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions that you want to ask?
No.
No.
Nope, I'm okay.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to say before at all? Any last words?
No.
I think we covered it pretty well. We wrapped everything up nicely.
Yeah. I think so too. So I guess like to everyone listening and watching, as I said at the beginning, this is kind of a break episode. I like to call it of series 5, which basically means series 5 will come to a close for now. But we'll be back with more episodes. Not yet, but you'll soon know, because there's going to be other different projects going on throughout the year, and we're gonna have a little break as said before, like in October. So there won't be many episodes in October, but there'll be different projects going around till the end of the year and stuff. But I'll put after that. I hope you guys, Ethan and Chandler, have enjoyed. Come back for another episode.
Oh,
Been a
definitely.
pleasure. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, and I think the last thing we all need to say is just goodbye for now. All right.
Yep. Signing off.
See ya.
Bye.